Hey honey, Wash Day Midgard. My name is Michelle from Throw What's Another Letter. Hello and welcome back to my channel, and I'm reading Colleen Hoover. Alright, so this came to be because I had a random conversation with this one girl at Wiley Park, and I saw that she was reading Regretting You, and I was like, oh, hey, is that any good? I don't know why I asked that. I saw that she had a book. I wanted to make conversation because it's hard out here. We're trying to make friends, and if she liked it, maybe I'll like it, and maybe we can be friends. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get her number. I didn't get her information, but I did go to the library, and I did go get Regretting You. And then I ran into a girl that I haven't seen in forever. We used to work together. She grew up. She moved away, and she moved back, and I was standing there, and I was looking at this, and I was looking at some of the other Colleen Hoover books, and then I saw her, and I was like, oh my god, hey, like, I think she's about the same age as my brother. She would have been the same age as my brother. So she's about, I want to say, like 20, 22, 23, somewhere around there. And so I was like, what's up? And she was holding a copy of, I think, Maybe Now, or one of them. And she was talking about how she was reading, and she got back into reading. And I was telling her about all the other books that I was reading. And, like, then she pointed to Colleen Hoover, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this one because I just finished this one, and I want to read this one. And she was reading the novellas, and she was so excited about it. And I didn't want to pee all over her Cheerios, so I was like, oh, okay. So then I picked this up. And I was like, well, I'll read it, and we'll see what happens, and we can go out for coffee. And that was like back in September. And people in the comments are probably thinking to yourself, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because we're out here trying to make friends, okay? If I can read these, maybe I can suggest something better, something more diverse. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a very good reading taste, so I might actually like these. Everywhere. All of the sophisticated girlies just started screaming for their lives. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. I still like other shit, okay? I'm 80 pages in this bitch, okay? And I can see why it's digestible. It is easy to read. It's something. It's not funny yet. It's not cute yet. It's not whatever yet. It is just words on a page to me right now. I don't really love anybody yet. I don't like anybody yet. They're just people who do stuff. She's punched people a lot. I'm surprised that the cops are not being called yet. Hello? 911? I just saw her punch this one girl, and then she punched her ex-boyfriend. What is happening here? I opened the page, and it was like, and then she hugged blah blah blah, and I was like, these were the only ones that I was like, yeah, I could see myself maybe liking those. Am I gonna read It Ends With Us? No. Absolutely not. Am I gonna read Verity? No. I already watched the Cindy breakdown. I'll send you over there. I'm not gonna touch It Ends With Us with a 10-foot pole. I don't care how much I love my friends. I'm not reading that. What's the other bad one? Ugly Love? November 9th? No. You will not catch me reading those. I have so much other stuff to read. Why do I have barbecue sauce? I don't know. It has been an entire fucking week since I finished this book. It's Wednesday now. Okay, I finished this book last week, Sunday. Also, I accidentally spilled milk on it. What are my thoughts? I gave this a 4-star. Yes, that's right. You're probably like, what the fuck? This is the thing. It's enjoyable. It is like a Lifetime movie. This is the kind of movie that this is the kind of book where you sit down and you pop some popcorn, and it's like a Lifetime movie. You just sit down, you watch it, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. And you just kind of get on with your life. Or you're like throwing popcorn at the TV and you're like, that's so dumb. Because here's the thing, all of the choices that these characters made in this book were dumb. Sydney should have just been by herself. Ridge is a dumbass. As soon as he realized that he had feelings for Sydney, he should have told her to move out. He should not have emotionally cheated on his girlfriend. And it's even more sad that Maggie had to go through this, like, knowing what I know now. It's hard for me to comment on this, honestly, because is it bad? It's bad that I liked Ridge. It's bad. It's bad that I liked him because he just seemed so stable. He seemed kind of like really put together. And this is one of those stories that you're talking to your girl pals over some Starbucks or something, and somebody leans in and they're like, oh my god, did you hear about Sydney? And people are like, no. And she's like, she fell for her roommate. And guess what? He had a girlfriend. And everybody's like, oh my god. And then somebody's like, yeah, actually I did hear about that, and I heard that Maggie is blah 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 blah. And they're like, what? No. Oh my god, I can't believe that he did that. And then, yeah, him and Sydney, they were not together for like the longest time. Like, he did not text her, he did not message her. And then one day out of the blue, Warren took her to this thing, and then all of a sudden they were back together. Like nothing had ever happened. It sounds like one of those stories. But for me, it was enjoyable the whole way through. Like, I'm not gonna lie, up until a point I was like, oh, well, this is just some like 3-star like popcorn film, Lifetime movie bullshit. And then at some point I was like, I will actually include the photos. And I remember messaging my friend like, girl, what? And she's like, yeah, you just gotta keep going. Just keep going. And I was like, okay. And I read this, like, I read about like 200 pages on a Saturday when I was making a cake. And I had the audiobook going in the background. And I was just listening to the whole thing go down. And I was like, oh my god. That's most of my expression to this entire fucking book. Sydney's only way to respond to things is to punch people. Honestly, she should have been punched. She should have been punched. For me, what bothers me is the fact that she, while living there for like, what, has been 3-4 months, she did not even try to look up ASL at all. Like, she just communicated with him via text. He's like, yeah, I've never spoken to anyone out loud. And like, his backstory is so tragic. I don't have any formulated thoughts to give you for this book. And I know that, you know, people are expecting like this long vlog, but I don't have one. I should have filmed, but I didn't. I don't know if I enjoyed this and this was just a one-off. And the second part you're gonna see is me getting the other book. I checked it out from the library, but I didn't read it in time, and the library list is always like 5,000 people long. There's some very intimate moments between Sydney and Ridge that should not have happened. Like, it's like, bro, you're cheating on your girlfriend. You're full on cheating on your girlfriend. Me personally, I liked Warren. I thought he was kind of that typical dickish little brother energy. Bridget, I don't like how she was labeled as a bitch, or that she was a slut, or she was a whore, or whatever. Like, the slut shaming was really unnecessary to this. But Sydney was very much like, I don't want to become a Tory. Girl, you know what you did. Get out of here. There were certain parts of this book that I enjoyed. There was certain parts of this book that I was like, what are you doing? And then by the end I was like, I got to the end, I was reading and I was like, okay. And then I was like, that's it? Like, it ended way too fast for me. So like, the ending was a 2, the middle was a 4, and the the beginning was like a 3. So average like 3.5, but I rounded it up to 4. But hi, it's Editing Michelle here. This is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for updates, and hopefully you will see part 2 by the end of the year. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, who knows, we'll see. Thank you so much. All the links are down below. If you want to be a patron, my links are down below as well. I will be posting some exclusive content, like more exclusive content, now into the coming next year. So look out for that. For watching this video, I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know all of your thoughts and feelings down below. As I've got there, make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're nourishing yourself. Make sure you're staying safe. Buy your winter clothes. And that's all I got. So bye.
What is going on with me and driving? Yeah, I can drive very well.
I'm trying to get a bunch of bitches to kneel.
Jonathan? As if I don't like it. I don't like it.
Cut the check. Cut the check.
Get that bitch off the monitor.
Where's my husband?
Baby spider, do 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 do.